How are you? Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Are you a father?
I am.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And what's going on with the city of Mesa? Talk to us.
Wow, lots of things. Lots of things going on. We've had a really busy year. We've seen a lot of things happen in Mesa. We've opened up Cub stadiums. We've built roads. We've had big employers move into the city. So there's been a lot of things going on.
That's awesome. By the way, now would be a time if you got a question for Chris and you still got your Crowd Mics app, feel free to send it this way. Any projects you'd like to talk about? How's the light rail? Is that something you'd like to talk about?
You know what's amazing about light rail? Last year we weren't sure we were going to survive light rail. It was a pretty tough project, doing a lot of moving around a lot of utilities to get them out of the way of the light rail track. But now, as you come downtown, what's amazing, you can actually imagine, you can see rail running down Main Street. And it's really taking off. A few of the actual train stop stations are coming out of the ground vertically. So it's now not hard to imagine anymore. You can see the rail in the line in the street, and so it's coming along very well.
And I know I've heard this before, but ultimately, how far east is it going to go?
So the current project that is underway will take the project from where it terminates today on Main and Sycamore, bring it east just past Mesa Drive to about Le Sueur. And then we are already in the planning stages to take it from that point. The next project will take it all the way to Gilbert Road.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Any other? I'm going to keep an eye on this.
That's fine.
So
That's
I'm not ignoring you. I'm just looking at I'm checking my Facebook. No, I'm just seeing if anybody's got any questions here. I don't see any yet. Thanks for. This is very cool. This is awesome. I'm loving this. What else is going on in Mesa? What's the next thing on the horizon?
Well, I think for Mesa, what we're going to hear a lot about over the next couple of weeks is one, we will have a new mayor elected for the city of Mesa coming in the end of August. So that will be exciting for the city to have some new leadership. And then also we'll be seeing in November a couple of measures on the ballot related specifically to things that are going on in Mesa. One, the first one is what we call our home rule election. Every city has to, every 4 years, go back to the electorate to the voters and ask for, it's kind of an interesting concept, ask for the ability for the city council to have local control over its budget. It's an arcane constitutional provision that was put back in place in the 1980s, but it allows the city to allow the city council to create a balanced budget to spend all the money it collects. That sounds so simple, but it requires an election to do so. Without it, the city would lose about $180 million. So we think that's pretty important. The other item that we have coming up on the ballot would be regarding our utility bonds. So the council will consider calling an election to issue bonds for our gas, electric, water, and wastewater. That sounds pretty mundane. But I can tell you that for the city of Mesa, as we talk about a lot of the impressive things we've been able to do over the last 5 or 6 years, whether it's having First Solar build the building for Apple, or bringing the Cubs, or bringing light rail, or a lot of other expansions we've seen, a lot of it has to do with our infrastructure. Mesa has been a city that has been known to deliver really high quality level of infrastructure. And that, kind of sounds like, well, what's so big about that? But when you're a large business coming in and looking for a place to locate, we often hear in the media about the incentives they're asking for and the money they want. But I can tell you, having been in the room with in a lot of those discussions, a lot of that discussion goes around, do you have enough water for our company? Can you treat the water? Do you have enough power? And so these items that will be on the ballot in November go directly to that, of making sure the city of Mesa continues to be able to provide those services, as well as Mesa is an older city. We're not the brand new subdivisions everywhere. There's parts of the city that have been around for for decades. And part of that infrastructure needs to be replaced also. And then one of the other items that'll be on the ballot is what we call our general plan update, which provides kind of a overall plan concept of how we want to see Mesa grow. And so there's been a lot of work in the community discussing that, and that plan will also be on the ballot in November.
Very cool. So I'm seeing all kinds of cool stuff.
Okay.
You have 3 grandchildren and 1 on the way.
Wow, that's very insightful.
I Googled you.
That
while
is
you were
correct.
talking.
Yes, that is correct.
No, that I'll tell
There's
you.
only one other person in this room that would know that, and
Well,
I'm impressed she...
And now 120 do. And by the way, we owe you a thank you, because it's because of you and your recommendation that Channel 11 broadcast Mesa Morning Live to all the residents that have
Yeah, no,
cable
it's a great partnership. It's something, that we have as a resource, Channel 11, and we really, we have a very talented staff that you also get to have available to you, and we enjoy them. And so Glenn and all those folks that are here behind the scenes do an incredible job.
Just a reminder, this is from Tim. If you're having a difficult time signing on, you can sign on with the passcode 123. We made it as easy as possible. So that's cool. Here's a question from Dave. How are the local businesses surviving the light rail construction? Is the city helping them?
So we did, especially last summer. One of the things we did, first of all, is from the very beginning, we told the contractor and Metro that if we were going to build light rail down Main Street, that we had to have a different approach, meaning that we weren't going to allow them just to have a construction project that went from Sycamore all the way to Mesa Drive. We actually put in place a time period when they could be in downtown, and that actually goes from May to October, meaning that during the summer months is the only time they could be doing construction. And then during the winter and spring months, when we have the most level of activity downtown, then that's when they had to be outside of the downtown area. So we started there first, try to minimize the disruption during the busiest times. And then last year, we worked with NEDCO to do actual business outreach and assistance for all the businesses downtown, where if they would engage in doing some training and learning about how to manage their inventory and getting web advertising, we then incentivize that by helping to discount significantly during the summer their utility bills. So we took direct cash out and helped benefit the businesses during that time.
Cool. We're going to do one more question.
Okay.
This is from Craig Henry. What's going on with the Code for America project?
So the Code for America project was, the city applied for this project where essentially you bring forth some of the smartest software application developers out there, and we were able to be recognized as someone to receive an opportunity to have the small group of programmers come work for the city. They're developing an app that will help the city provide a better way to engage the community on a variety of community issues. They are due to come back to the city. They came and visited the city, got to visit with different community groups in the city to find out what they could do to help us out. And so they will be bringing their application back to us in the next couple of months. So it's on its way.
Great. Well, we appreciate, I think most of the people in this room and those watching at home are Mesa residents.
Awesome.
And so if they've got questions or comments, what's the best, and they won't have this, what's the best way to get your attention?
Obviously, you can always give me a call at Mesa City Hall, 644-2066. chris.brady@mesaaz.gov. Anytime, we would love to hear from you and see what we can do to help solve problems.
Well, keep up the good work, and thanks
Right.
for making Mesa such a great place to
Thank you.
work and live.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Chris Brady.